How to cook the best Bolognese tagliatelle. Welcome to Raymond kitchen, and tonight ultra classic. Oh my god, I wish this classic would be French. Sorry, it's not French, it's Italians. And well, Italians have a lot to teach us about cooking. Everybody will agree that Italian cooking, Italian cuisine is really, really, really interesting and is ready for the family. So tonight we go for Bolognese. Well, Bolognese. Bolognese my way. Bolognese, Italian friends. Well, look, we start with beautiful tomatoes. You need a lot of beautiful tomatoes. Here I have about 1.5 kilograms of pre-cut tomatoes. Well, you could say, but if I would be using another quality. Well, if you want to have the taste, you have to have quality. So I recommend you to use quality tomatoes. For the meat, I'm using two kinds of meat. I'm using minced meat of beef. This is from New Zealand. And using minced meat of pork, and this is from Canada. Why mixing the meats? The two textures will get together. You could say that the beef is a little bit more dry and the pork meat is giving smoothness. So when you put 1 plus 1, you get 3. Well, that's why I'm sorry if you think my mathematics is wrong, but for cooking it works. So when you put 1 plus the other one, you bang, you just create a little bit of magic. We have to have carrots which are cut into cubes. The cubes, it does not matter how big you cut them, because when they are going to cook, and they are going to cook for 1 hour and a half to 2 hours, or maybe even more if you really love to slow cook. When they are going to cook, they will become very, very soft. So the carrots is even up to you how much or how many you put inside. Because if you really love carrots, you put more. If you don't like, you don't put. It's up to you. Onions, here we have 2 colors of onions. It's for the fun. We have white and we have red. We have our fresh herbs, we have rosemary, fresh rosemary, and we have fresh thyme. Okay? At the end of your cooking, when you put on the plate, you can add some basil leaves. It's just like super yummy. Recommend very good quality of oil. You will not need much. This is not a fatty dish. You can see actually is almost all around the veggie, the tomatoes. Well, tomatoes are not veggie, tomatoes are fruit, so is all around tomatoes and carrots and onions. So it's not bad for the diet. Okay, and sure, very good salt, very good pepper. You're ready? We're going to the techniques. Follow me. Great, let's start. So olive oil in our Dutch pan, and then our onions that are going to be put for caramelizing for about 5 minutes. So we will have to mix. Once the caramelizing of the onions started, we will add the carrots, but 4 minutes after, not right away. 4 or 5 minutes after we started the caramelizing of the onions. We will do it for 1 or 2 minutes. It's just to give them a little bit color and to make sure they get moist. After that, we are going to add our tomatoes on the top. Voila, we finish with the carrots, we mix nicely. We take the tomatoes, we have a good kilogram of tomatoes. The tomatoes are going to give a lot of juice, it's going to make a soup. So we put salt, we put pepper, our fire is high, we are going to mix and then we cover for about 15 to 20 minutes to make it to become a kind of soup. We open, we put the herbs, so we have rosemary and thyme. We are going to put the herbs to be well mixed together with the other ingredients, and we are going to cover. We are still on a high fire, and we are going to cook all of that for a good 15 to 20 minutes. I take the meat, I will put the meat inside. That is going to have to be mixing very, very well so it totally incorporates. You don't see any big pieces together with your sauce. You just want it to be one pot, one hot pot, everything together. When you are satisfied with that, you are going to adjust the salt and the pepper you want to test. This is according to the taste of your family. Not too much, not too little, what your family likes. Mix, mix, mix. We will reduce the fire to 1/3 of what it was, and you let it cook for at least 1 hour. You see, we lost 2 cm of height of liquid. It's really evaporate a lot. Now, what you're going to do is simply remove the stem. At this point, your bolo sauce is ready. You can eat. But if you want, you stop the fire and you use it only tomorrow by reheating. It would be even better. But at this point, your bolo is totally super ultra yummy. My God. Our Bolognese sauce has been cooking for a good hour on a slow fire. I will show you right away. Because Bolognese can for sure go with rice, it can go with pasta, evidently. So tonight will be with pasta. I will show you. Well, pasta is no secret. Is 2 minutes to get on the fire. The very good thing about this fresh pasta is you can see when you open, you have 1 and 2 is really 1 for 1. So they need as well very little time. They need 2 minutes. I put them on the side here. We will leave them for 2 minutes, and then I bring you here for you to see. Oh, Bolognese. Well, I know at the beginning it really looked like that there is a lot of tomato inside, and well, it's true, there is really a lot of tomato inside, but you can see now how it looks like, you see. And actually you can eat after a good hour of cooking, but you can let it rest overnight. You let it rest overnight, and tomorrow you are going to take them again, and you are going to warm them up again. So if you need to add a little bit of water the next day, it's not a problem. You just do that. You just add a little bit of water, so it will not. It will rewarm slowly. You can see we've been cutting the carrots very big. The carrots is up to you how much you put inside and how big they are. It does not matter. It's really up to you. At the end, it looks like a very nice mix of veggie, your tomatoes, and the carrots and the meat. I like to make it rich. I like to make it really opulent. You see, you have tomato, you have carrots, you have meat, you have your 2 meats. It's just gorgeous. Now, 1 minute more, our pasta will be ready, and then I show you, okay? All right. Our pasta are cooked. For sure, it takes very, very little time. Huh? It only takes 2 minutes. So here there are portion, very generous portion actually. The package says for 2 persons, but when you say the package is for 2 persons, you can say it's for 2 persons who got some good appetite. I can easily finish myself my side, but well, honestly, it's very generous. So if you're not eating too much, you could say you can invite one more person to share with you. It's not a problem at all. So here we have our beautiful pasta. Voila. Oops, sorry for that. Wow. Up goes here. All right. Let's not put them well, they should not. All right, like this. Voila. A little bit more pasta, like this. Voila. You know what you can do with that? Actually, with your Bolognese, you can even use your Bolognese to stuff tomatoes that you will put in the oven. That would become stuffed tomatoes, stuffed Bolognese tomatoes. Voila. So be generous. A nice amount on each. Look here, we've got for at least 10 persons. Voila. And your last step, I like very good Parmigiano Reggiano, and normally I put for myself a very decent amount. So, pasta bolognese, my way. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Any question? Any feedback? How you did it? If your family love it, well, let me know. See you soon for one more recipe.